man, let's talk about Detroit Pistons, man, and where they went wrong. I seen an article. I didn't read it because I wanted to be an organic. Response, But I do like reading the articles. Keep your mind sharp. I do like hearing other people's perspective as well too, because it give you an angle that you ain't looked at it from. Even when people say outlandish shit on the internet, I still try to hear them out and see if they can reason and be like, oh, I never thought of that. So I kind of pride myself on being open-minded. Unless you just say something that's completely stupid, that's kind of where I'm at with it. But yeah, man, when you look at it, you say where they went wrong at. You can point to the draft. I mean, you can point to the Reggie Jackson move. You can point to Brandon Jennings getting injured that led to the Reggie Jackson move. You can point to Andre Drummond not developing. I mean, you can point to many, many spots, but I think the biggest critical mistake this franchise made is just, not drafting the right guys. And then it's hard to say if you did or didn't draft the right guy because you could point to lack of development. But let's say drafting the right guys. I mean, let's just forget about the Bookers, the Donovan Mitchell. I mean, that is what it is, right? The KCP over Giannis, even though a lot of us want to trade Burke, and just forget about that for a minute. And you could just go and say, the 2020 draft, I think it was Killian, Isaiah Stewart, and Sadiq Bey. And I like hearing people's perspective, and I'm going to give you the perspective that kind of kind of makes sense though, right? But I mean, you could have had Burton. They worked out Killian and Burton in the same draft. In the same, the same draft year, they worked them out. Burton said he had a great workout, thought he was going to Detroit. They picked Killian Hayes. No way. It's no way. I'm not hired. Didn't get groomed by the NBA. But I told y'all, looking at Killian Hayes was like looking at JV basketball tape. I was huge on Burton. And I guess a lot of people didn't like the way Burton jumper was. It's effective. Kevin Martin jumper is effective. In the NBA, it's not like the NFL, right? And I'm going to make this analogy or this comparison. It's more of a comparison. It's like Tim Tebow's elongated throwing motion. That's different in the NFL because the windows close quickly in the NFL. And he didn't have the anticipation to make up for the elongated release. In the NBA, bro, they don't even defend no more, bro. So, at the end of the day, man, even if you got a shot to take a minute, they don't play defense no more. So, but man, he's that could have changed it. Tyrese Maxey and Burton could have been your backcourt. Not sure how they would have meshed. But Burton being selfless and being able to shoot been a good night backcourt. Easily Burton, Maxey over Stewart. I mean, shit over all of them. Bay, I just think he got a fair shake. But another one could have been Desmond Bane. So, I mean, I can't remember who all was there. The Pistons were the only one that missed. Devin Vessel. They missed on him, San Antonio. But, then again, somebody could have said, you know what? Then we wouldn't have ended up with Cade Cunningham. Got to respect that perspective. Because that's an honest truth. You wouldn't have ended up with Cade Cunningham. So that's honest, but we don't know how great he really gonna be. And was it worth, not getting those guys and keeping them? Because he ain't been able to stay healthy. And a lot of people got the theory and they shut him down in the tank. I ain't mad at it. I said before the year, if they tanked again, I was cool with it. So I gotta be a man of my word. And I said that Troy Weaver clock didn't start really actually starting until he got he picked his own coach. So maybe some emotional responses. I feel that way, like about him picking his homeboys up and they not working out. But to a certain extent, I do understand it, open-minded. So I think the 2020 draft is kind of what set them back. The Cade Cunningham injury set them back. But the second biggest thing that set them back, I believe, was not cashing out their ticket on Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin at the trade deadline where they got swept by Milwaukee. And trading them You gotta take the it's hard to take the business aspect out of sports. That's what a lot of owners don't understand. Take the business aspect out of it and be a realist, you know. And one thing about Bill Belichick, he like, fuck the business, let's hit the reset button, and I understand it. Right? With Tom Brady. But they should have cashed that ticket out with Dre. Could have got a late first with Cade. Could have got Blake Griffin, could have got a first. They should have cashed that ticket out. What they end up getting, they released Blake. They got a couple second round picks for Andre Drummond. You end up not getting nothing. That set the franchise back, especially seeing what Troy Weaver was able to do with the shit he did with Jeremy Grant. So, think about it for a minute. So, I think those are the two biggest things in his era, or, you know, in the recent era, because I'm not sure. He wasn't there for the Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond thing. Those are the two things that really messed him up in particular. Him swinging and missing on every pick in the 2020 draft. And see, it wasn't Sadiq Bey's fault, by the way. You know, you don't know how much it can, but, and then also, one thing that's going to hurt him in the future, just for bonus coverage, is that they continue to want to believe in Isaiah Stewart and Hayes and Marvin Bagley, and it's not in the cards. You know, it's not in the cards. And he keep wanting to resalvage players and bring players in that he liked from previous drafts and make it work, and overshadowing or overlapping the talent that he already got. So whoever do come in, hopefully they got the presence of mind or got his ear to say, you know what, let's play these young guys. Let's stop resalvaging guys and putting them in there. Let's put our young core in there. We got one or two guys we can resalvage or whatever, and then we're gonna fill it up with veteran talent around that. So, but yeah, those are just the two things. The 2020 draft, Cade Cunningham injury, which I ain't gonna put it in there because we'll see how the lottery go. The 2020 draft, swinging and missing on 3 picks and missing on 3 obvious picks that could have helped you. I can't really think of a big guy if you didn't take Maxey or Bane. And I believe that trade deadline, not getting more assets for Drummond and then any assets really for Drummond or Blake Griffin other than the second round pick. So I think that really hurt them, and that's really kind of where they're going wrong at. So right now, you just got to continue to hit on your picks. And hopefully you get a little lucky in the draft lottery. So yeah, I think it's some questions to be asked here. I think it's some furniture to still possibly be moved, but that's just kind of where they kind of like really went wrong in modern history. You could say, they hired Dwayne Casey. Okay, that's another one. But I told y'all Ime Udoka was the coach for the Pistons. But, hopefully he didn't do what he would do here in the ultimate timeline. But history is history. What they got to do moving forward, get lucky in the lottery. They got to play their young guys. Whatever your core is, figure it out. You're going to have to make a decision. Wiseman or Dern. We all hoping it's Dern, to be honest. Whoever the fuck it is, we hope it's the right one. Right? We want to see them both flourish. I have nothing against these guys. And then you got to say, okay, if it's Brandon Miller, Scoot Henderson, moving it for a known commodity. Okay, so let's say you move the pick for a known commodity, Brandon Miller, Victor Wembanyama, whatever. Right? So add Ivy, Cade, whoever in the middle, let's just say Dern, and Victor Wembanyama, Brandon, whoever that commodity is or that player is, that's your core. And what you want to do around that, you want to surround them with more guys like Bojanovic, Burks, veteran guys that can help you move forward. So, but yeah, that's just what I got to say, man. Let me know what you girls and guys think. I don't think it's too complex about where they messed up in modern history. If we talking about in the last 20, 23 years or 15, 16 years, then, it's a live stream worthy video, or it'd be an hour worthy video. So check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop a video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $sign CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and much more. Peace.